Hi friends, welcome back to another video. My email and comments have been kind of exploding as of late with my Victorinox review of the Venture Pro. And one of the main concerns and questions is this. Now, for some people that is a bit of a concern. And here's what I have to share about that. Stick around. Firstly, when you remove the knife, it's not the sheath, nor is it the removable kind of liner, kind of overmolded case for the knife. That is a firm lockup. So when you look at the knife and how it goes in the sheath, I'm not sure if I'm going to have the best lighting for this. You can see there's a number of little tracks, fingers, etc. And that's designed to accept the knife in an ambidextrous manner, which is good. However, and let's have a look at this too. When that's clicked in there, there is no sound at all. So what we know is we can remove this from the equation. There's nothing wrong with this. However, this may be where we start to modify this combination to remove that little bit of a chatter. So dropping the knife in, it doesn't always find a natural spot, but that's where the noise is coming from. So we have some options to address for those people that just wear it as the dangler, okay, attached all the way to the top. There might be some ways we can address that, but for starters, we've just got to address how that can be mitigated and corrected. Ironically, depending on how it sits in, there may or may not be the same chatter, but there is some play in the knife, and it almost sounds like the spine is rubbing against the inside of the molded sheath. So what are some different ways we can address that? So I'm going to address this with a variety of very quick 5-minute craft-like solutions to this problem, and you can decide if it's going to work for you or not. Obviously, readdressing kind of R&D at Victorinox, maybe they will address this in the future or not, but in the meantime, I'm not going to return the product because I think it's absolutely amazing, bar that kind of concern that some people have. I don't go running around while I'm hunting where that sound would ever be evident, but some people are particular, and you know, they don't want that happening. So quick fix number one, a little 2-inch piece of paracord. You can fray the end or torch the ends if you want, and just drop that straight in there like this, right to the bottom. Done. And you could, instead of paracord, it could be a small piece of jute twine where you have some built-in fire starter, always dry in a safe spot as a backup. But paracord, a lot of people have paracord on them. Probably a little curled up piece of bank line would work as well. Almost anything you could actually find just to take up that space. Even some natural material, grass, you know, a little piece of cedar bark or something like that. But that's a fix. Okay, that's probably one of the fastest fixes I have come up with. And just like that, we're still working on the retention piece. The knife actually slipped out cut my pants, cut my leg. Not okay, not okay. Let's have a look at that. Well, I'll show you what just happened. This is hilarious. So knife fell down. Where's the camera? Slit through my pants. And there's a nice little slice. So that's it is. Oops, it's ultra sharp for sure. Okay, that just happened. I'll be right back. Let me get a piece of tape on this leak. So that literally just happened. I'm trying to show the knife retention that I thought I repaired, and the knife flew out of the holster, cut my pants open, and gave me a nice 1-inch cut on my knee. I'm just throwing some tape on there for now and continue with the video. So don't do knife retention tests with certainly bare feet or without some forethought into where you're shaking your knife to test it. So let's try that again. Okay, now it's in there securely, coming out, clicks into place, and that gets rid of all the rattle. So that's the quickest fixed. Next fix, and we'll bring the rattle back. Get the piece of paracord out of there. You can see me just taking it out. There we go. So putting it back together. That's definitely what happened. Definitely what it did. Now, this is another concept I had with all the spare holes here and making it MOLLE compatible, which uses this ring and this ring. This one is more or less a support. So one of my ideas, again, and I'll use some bright paracord for this demonstration, is to, or you could use a Ranger band or a piece of silicone tubing, wrap some width around there, and it actually may take a little more than that, but we'll just do this up temporarily. Okay, you can see that obviously it's just literally just tied on there temporarily, and we can put the sheath back in. Need an extra piece of paracord here. Okay, we'll just put it back together and I'll show you my next repair. So let's pop this out. Okay, here's the knife again in the sheath. Where is it there? Okay, so the sheath is empty, and what I've done is on the kind of the belt sheath, the skeleton frame, I've just taken probably about 8 inches of paracord and tied it around this middle area here. You can see that. And that doesn't interfere with the MOLLE straps on the back. Lays quite flat, a little bit like paracord, as some of you have already, you know, there's some of your sheaths even have different extra wraps of duct tape and paracord, etc. So that doesn't interfere with the tube. That sits in there like that. And now when the knife goes in, that wrapping of paracord, try this way. Okay, it fills up that little bit of a gap, so the knife in the sheath kind of cants out a little bit, which means the tip is pushed against the back. And there is the there's a perfect, easy fix. And like many of you already have, you have a little bit of paracord on your belt. Now, depending on how neatly you tie it, there's a nice space there. You could probably tuck in, I don't know how many protect, maybe a foot or two, but perhaps enough to have that on hand for a bow drill. So that could be a good retention or storage space for some of that extra cordage to have with you. Depending on the number of wraps, I could probably add actually a little bit more to make a very secure, tight fit. I'm going to double layer it there on itself on the edge. Yeah. So those are two super quick fixes for those people concerned. I've never owned a sharper knife in my life. In fact, I don't know if I have to go for stitches yet. I'll have a look, but that's how sharp this knife is. It is hair splitting sharp. And like all Swiss Army knives. In fact, most of my injuries have been with Swiss Army product, believe it or not. Certainly the folding blades. You know, I know my brother hit one of the standard OG knives. It collapsed on his finger when he was young, and he was scared, and he pulled it out, and nearly had some tendon damage. So anyways, those are the two quick fixes that I've come up with in the last few hours with people kind of sharing their concerns and questions about that. It is a temporary fix, but it's one that I'm willing to live with because, you know, I love this knife. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you picked up on a couple tips today. Certainly get you off and running. And again, I'm a firm believer that this is an awesome product with this little kind of caveat concern for some people. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you again. Enjoy your outdoors. Bye for now.